Alright, hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, this is Proxify here. We are back for some more of the Yokai Wars 3 Let's Play. If you did miss out there the last one, well, we got some new Yokai on our team. That was a big help from the Kraken Kai machine. We got some Rank A and Rank S Yokai at this point. Now, we did show up here to this secretive hatch that was showing up, and we didn't really know too much about what was going on. But since I went and did some pre-post video before going on into this commentary for our time for today, I actually do know a little bit about what this whole area is going to be happening here. So this is going to be a labyrinth-sized dungeon that is going to be showing up, and there is going to be a boss that will be happening at the very end of that said labyrinth. Now, I'm not going to show you guys everything that's going to be happening into this area because it is a little bit lengthy in size. Now, I'll kind of give you like a brief synopsis of how this whole place is going to be all about. Well, we are going to be meeting up with Sergeant Burley, and I know that we already kind of know about who Sergeant Burley is. He was basically from our Yokai Watch 4 series that was happening. Now, we really didn't know too much about him because, again, I never really played through Yokai Watch 3, so I don't know too much about how Sergeant Burley is all about here. Now, this whole area is only going to be exclusive just to your yokais itself. So you won't be able to use Buck or you won't be able to use Nate. So you won't be able to have that type of option to do any type of battling throughout it here. But the areas of how this battle system is going to work is not going to be any type of like checkered system like how it's happening right now in Yokai Wars 3. This whole area is going to be all based around on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon-esque type of way of how we're going to do stuff. So you have a set of 4 different yokai, kind of like what you had in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. You had like 4 Pokemon that were like, well, technically you had your 2 main Pokemon and then you had 2 other backup mons that you'd be able to go and use. Now here, we'll be able to have our 1 main leader mon, or I should say 1 leader yokai type of creature that's going to be with us, or we could actually have the 3 other yokai with us. So we technically have 4 type of placements to go and use within here. And now make sure that you choose out your yokais wisely, because the boss that will be happening later within this type of particular part could actually be somewhat relatively tricky. Now again, mind you, we only have a set of yokai that are not really all that too best of level wise or even stat wise to be all that too great when it comes to things like this, but I know that since we do have some rank A and S yokai at this point right now, I think we should at least be somewhat okay with the like defensive type of situations, but we will be able to go and pick up with other equipment throughout our way out here, because just like how Pokemon Mystery Dungeon works, it's going to be working in a way of where you have to find your items that are happening within the dungeon. So like technically, we can't really use our own inventory right now, just like within the main area that we're kind of chilling around at this point. Once we go and head on into the labyrinth, everything is just going to be like all survival based. You make sure that you keep your team alive as best as you can, because you want to make sure that by the time that you go and face off with the boss, you at least have majority, at least maybe 3 or even the set of the 4 different yokai that you're going to have with you. Now, once we are all said and done within this labyrinth area, there is going to be another type of mini game that will be happening. It seems like there's always a mini game in this type of series all the time, because, like, first of all, we ran into the Terror Time type of aspect, then we got the Gates of Wisme, then we have this big, huge labyrinth-sized dungeon here, and then now we got something with Nate once again. And this one, for what I just kind of went and talked about, is like the Terror Time with Haley Ann. Well, the Terror Time that is going to be happening here with the Nate story is going to be completely in the different opposite realm of what's going on. Because here in the BBQ area, it seems like there's been a lot of zombie situations showing up here. And we're going to have to battle out with some zombies that are going to be showing up. Now, how that's going to work is that, like, we'll be able to do some battling with actually having Nate, but we won't be able to use our yokai with us. So that's how Yokai Watch 4 kind of worked in that type of aspect of the battling, is that it kind of worked in almost in like a Final Fantasy type of 12 or like even like maybe 15 type of way, where you could just go and just fight like within the actual battle without having to like do like some sort of like turn-based type of thing. So it's going to be interesting that we can go and do something like that here. So yeah, so basically Sergeant Burley is just going to let us know how this whole thing is going to work. Now, basically, there is going to be a certain enemy that's going to be here. Now, you can just go and basically use any of the different movesets that are here within the according type of button prompts that you have. So you have one for like your feet, you have your one for the punching of the A attack, right? And then you also have the X for, I don't know if that's for like shielding or keeping yourselves like well defensive or something, but even when you go and defeat off with a certain enemy, they'll drop things. So not only will they go and drop equipment and stuff, but I think they'll also give you, I think, some bit of some healing as well. Kind of like what we're going to be seeing within our way of like the zombie type of time when we go and head off into with Nate's stuff there. Now, we are going to be doing some Mario Galaxy. I don't know if I already went and said this before, but yeah, we're doing Mario Galaxy with me and my friend Kevin. We're going to be continuing throughout our way of the engine room, which that is going to be pretty nice, and I'm super excited about seeing what the new areas are going to be from there. I believe we are starting off with Seaside Galaxy at this point, but I don't really want to go too much into there, because you guys can go and check out the video for yourself within the 2 videos that are going to be going on for today. So now we're going to be encountering out with, I think, with how the treasure chests are going to work. So just like how Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is, you'll be able to go and just find any type of treasure chests that are going to be showing up. And sometimes you can find some really nice goodies around. And I don't think you can actually take these with you unless if you go and beat the boss, I don't think. So like all your items and equipment that you've been already finding out here so far, if you fail and you lose everything, I'm pretty sure you don't keep the items with you. It's kind of like the way of how Mystery Dungeon is that if you die within the dungeon area, you lose like half of your items that are in there, which that really sucks. I hate that when Mystery Dungeon games happen like that, but it's all about staying alive and how you can protect yourself and having the best type of Pokemon with you throughout that type of way, right? So now we're going to learn how to do some befriending. Now, how befriends work here in this area is actually not all that too bad. It's actually somewhat more easier than how it is back in the main area of the BBQ type of place that we're here, or even in Springdale for that matter. So basically what happens is that if you go and stand in their circle placement there, and if you go and interact with these guys, you'll run into this type of prompt out here where you have to click on all the different hearts that are going around. If you can actually get, I think, at least like a certain amount of hearts within that type of time here, you will be able to actually obtain their medal, and you can be able to add them onto there. That guy kind of almost looks a little bit like Glover. If you guys ever want to play through that N64 game before. But yeah, so now we got ourselves with Yell's Kitchen. Wow. So I guess this is the demon side of what Gordon Ramsay would actually look like here if he was a yokai. I'd be actually pretty terrified. That man has like some crazy type of swords right there. Yeah, and unfortunately my team didn't really do as well as it should be, because I did lose at least like one type of yokai that was literally out there. But we'll have to come back to it next time when I go and start building up our team a little bit more, and we'll see what goes on from there. Now, I'm pretty sure that I think the level cap is kind of like the same type of level that's going on within there. So if I'm like at like, let's say like level 30, I'm pretty sure the yokai that will be in that dungeon will somewhere be around in that level 30. So at least we won't be like getting too like screwed over, I don't think. So now we're gonna have to go and talk back to our mom here, and now it's gonna have to have some dinner. Yep. So just like how all these other type of little other segments go, we already went and completed off with that. And since we actually did somewhat pretty decently well, we got a large EXP orb. We're gonna throw that onto one of our other guys out here. I think I know who the perfect type of yokai is. I think it's one of my specialized Kraken machine yokai that we got. Now, if you guys see here right now, we got some sort of crazy bell that's happening, and this is going to be awakening up these zombies that are going to be showing up. Now, there is going to be a new type of character that is going to be here in this game, which I think she's going to be making her appearance, and her name is Francesca Stein, and she's going to be telling us how exactly this whole type of zombie time situation is going to work here. Now, just like how like the Terra time works, instead of having Gargos literally getting spawned out of nowhere, if you get shown up by any of those zombies, they will start like trying to attack you, and well, in a way, you don't really have to battle them like in the way of like how the battle system works here in this game, but you just have to like just make sure that you keep on running away, because I don't think your attacks will really do all that too much. But if you do a behind attack, it'll actually stun them and knock them out. But just a regular attack and just like having to go and just do anything with them will take a little while. Oh god. I don't think you should be interacting with any of those guys there. That's a problem. We better move. Well, very nice. Now that hammer thing right there, we're going to be able to go and keep that with us later.
It's dangerous out here. Let's go on and head inside.
But I kind of like how they actually implemented some of these different type of controls that were here from Yokai Watch 3 and put them into Yokai Watch 4. And in that type of way, like when I went and played through Yokai Watch 4 within that type of control system, I actually really did like that a lot. Like just be able to just freely run around and actually just do the attacking and just be able to just do like dodging and other things of that type of nature. Like that was a really fun battle mechanic. It's too bad that it never got shown up into the original other past other yokai game, except for Yokai Watch 3 though, but
Yeah.
so now she's gonna give us a weapon for us to go and use here in this type of zombie state, but we also do have a protective vest to keep us well defensive wise. And I think we should be able to get a backpack for any type of items that are dropped from these said zombies, which that will be a thing as well. Now, here in this area of this whole zombie type thing is that we have to find certain bells that are around. Now, I believe these are like little mini game areas that we'll be encountering throughout our way. But the first one that we're going to have to do is head around into the Margarita area. And I want to say that that's like a supermarket store somewhere around over here that we're going to have to worry about. So now we're here outside at this point. So just like how the Terra time is that you don't want to get spotted by the yellow hue that the zombies have while that's on the map there. Because if you get shown out by their light that's going to be happening, they will try to catch on after you. And that's when you have to make a run for it. Yeah, and you will get swarmed up by a lot of these zombies that are here. Alright, so let's go and move, and let's just be very cautious around through here. So here's one zombie for that matter, and knock him right in the head. Nice. And now I have to be really careful, because I just went and got myself spotted right there. Yeah, so if you guys see what's going on, like, my hits don't really do anything to those guys, even if you do get spotted like that. Behind attacks work, but only for a time. Okay, so now we just have to be very careful around here. Now, these guys could go a little bit fast from these type of zombies. But the best way is to just sneak up right behind them, and we should be good. There we go. So that's one down. Now just be careful of the other guy there. And there we are. Perfect. And we got some snacks.
Here.
Now, I don't know exactly how we're going to be able to use the food, unless if we have to, like, press the A button to do something with that, but... So put them into your backpack and store. Okay. Well, we already know about how the discarding stuff works. Yeah, see, that's where I'm like trying to use like the actual the recover some HP, and unfortunately I don't really think you can just go out of your way to do something like that. But at least we have some snacks though. We'll hold off onto it for another time.
Good job.
Alright, so we finally reached the bell, so now great work. Now we can just go and press on this here, and it should at least go and make sure that all this green fog is gonna just disappear out of the way, and never to go and see it again. I want to say that this mini game right here with this whole zombie type thing, I vaguely remember seeing something of a gameplay trailer of this happening within Yokai Watch 3 before. I vaguely remember seeing like this whole mini game, like back like before Yokai Watch 3 was coming. There was like a gameplay trailer of all this getting shown out from before. But yeah, so you see all these bells down below, like in the map. That's where I believe we can actually go and do different type of like teleporting, I think, throughout that way or something like that. I can't really remember. But now we're finally out of that. Oh yeah, trying to explain this to Whisper and Jabanya, they're gonna probably be laughing their heads off out here on this one because they're not gonna even believe that zombies are truly real. But you know what? We saw them firsthand in our dream sequence. But now it's time for us to have the stories to be linked once again. Yep.
Yes.
Kinda busy right now.
Wait.
The banter between Whisper and Jabanya is quite funny.
What? Yes.
Yeah, so now you guys finally believe that zombies are actually somewhat of a true thing. Now, since we are getting our way into the end of this episode for today, I just want to go and say thank you guys so much for watching this episode. In the next one, I think what we'll probably do is that we'll have to go and maybe do some stuff with Haley Ann, because I wouldn't mind actually try to see what type of new other type of special yokai that we can go and find from that type of Krenkukai machine over there. But I think for right now, we'll probably just do the super zombie secret for the next time first beforehand. So see you guys in the next one, and of course, peace.